When I made my sandwich from scratch, I attempted 2 different sugar sources: sugar beets, which failed to grow, and honey. For my root beer, I'm heading to central Minnesota for yet another source of sugar. Maple syrup is derived from the sap of the maple tree. During the winter, the trees store starches in their trunks, which it then converts into sugar. The temperature changes from day to night in the spring cause the sap to flow in the tree and allows them to be tapped and drained. The drained maple sap is mostly water, and it needs to be concentrated by a factor of 40 before it becomes actual maple syrup. We're in northern Minnesota, where my brother and his family have been making maple syrup for the past couple years, and they're gonna show me how it's done.
So this end goes in the tree and this sticks out, and then this will just go over it and hang on it like that against the tree. So this is how we collect it.
We're drilling to a depth of 2 inches here and a slightly up slope, and then we have it marked here for 2 inches. So give it a try here. When you get it up, make sure you get the hole clean so they don't have any sawdust in there so that it interferes with the flow of the sap. So go ahead anywhere around here on the south side of the tree then.
The sap tends to flow best on the southern side of the tree, where it receives the most heat from the sun throughout the day.
That'd be perfect.
Here's your spile. And what we're doing then is we drill a hole into the tree and we're basically severing those straws. So when the sap goes up, instead of continuing up the tree, it comes out the spile and we collect it in the bag.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sweetness to it. I think I'm tasting more of the sawdust than the actual syrup. Okay.
I think it's good. We're good. You tapped your first tree.
Yay.
This year we got these plastic spiles that have with a hose on them, and so we can basically 2 trees or 2 taps into one bag. So we can put, since this is also a maple and it's greater than 10 inches in diameter, we can tap this one and run it into this bag. So
You just tap it till it sets.
Is that it?
there we go.
All right. I tapped 2 trees. After tapping the trees, we took a break while the day warmed up. The sap flows best in the warmer temperatures, so after a warm afternoon, we came back and collected the sap. Once the sap was collected into buckets, we transferred it into a large barrel with a net to strain out any ice. Once the barrel was full, it drained down a long hose that ran down the hill to another barrel in the back of the truck, saving us the hassle of carrying the sap all the way down the hill. Once transferred to the truck, it was brought back to the house to boil it down. The sap is strained once more to remove any dirt or particles that might have gotten in. Then in a large pan, all the sap is added, and the wood stove is lit. Over the next several hours, the sap will slowly boil down till it reaches a more amber color. Before it gets too thick, it will be drained and brought inside for the final boiling, where it can be controlled more closely.
So we're getting pretty close now. This is boiled down. When we brought it in, it was almost a gallon, and I think we're gonna probably end up with about 3 quarts. The hydrometer is just gonna check the percentage of sugar in it, and so this will float in this cup here based on how much sugar is in it. And we want it at this hot test line right here, this red line. So we want this to float with the syrup being right there.
Okay.
There, now we got it floating. And so we can see here, when we look, we are actually right at the red line there. And now it's syrup. We're going to can it in glass mason jars. And so what we need to do is sterilize our jars. I have the oven set at 200 degrees, and we're going to put all the jars in there for about 20 minutes, and then I'll sterilize them.
Okay.
So now we're going to scoop it in, fill the jar up, till we have about a 1/4 inch headspace.
Okay. All right, and then in 24 hours, we'll have a maple syrup.
Watch new episodes of How to Make Everything, Tuesday and Thursday, brought to you by Soylent, because food doesn't have to be complicated.